But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How we doing? Manchester United are back where we belong, probably in League Two. United beat the Giants of wherever, Wales. South Wales, Giant, Newport County, United 4, Newport County 2. Another lackluster performance, leaving a lot to be desired from this Manchester United side. Came out, got a couple good goals, and then, as is tradition, let the side that we're playing against get back into the game. And, yeah, United pulls it out in the second half. They leveled it up. We got some goals at the end. We get the win, move on to the next round. We get another fortuitous draw, it seems, for the next round of the FA Cup. But either way, more lackluster football, more inability to play out a full 90, more bad defending, more average finishing. And I have to think that if we were playing any Premier League side today, even with some of the players back in the fold, I don't think we were walking away with a win or 3 points. But either way, beggars can't be choosers. A lot of beggars in Manchester United at the moment, including myself. And I guess I'll take it. But, sir, how are we feeling?
Brilliant tactics from the manager. He said, we're going to score 2 right away. Then we're going to let them back in just for entertainment and then crush them at the death. By the way, with the big hitters, Anthony pointing up to the sky, celebrating like he won the Champions League. What a day out for the Reds. I feel like it started one way. You're like, up 5-0. Here we go. Finally, I'm just going to sit back and relax.
Nope.
Who's that guy who just hit that? Is he even professional? I don't know. I don't know how this works. Apparently, he's a farmer. What are they farming in England, sir? I don't know. But regardless, United needed a win. We got to win. We made it nervy, but, Manu gets his goal. I feel like this will be like great trivia question is when Kobe Manu got his first goal for Manchester United. Obviously, Rashford drama all over this match. But this team looks decently cooked. It's just mashed potatoes. Shitfootball.com. Look, win the day, easy match. But it's the FA Cup. It's League Two. You should be doing better, especially for the season that we have coming. I mean, you look at, we were full strength. Martinez, Varane at the back line. I felt like early days we were getting forward, we were getting confidence. We were starting to see some of it, and it just falls apart because we're too easy to score against. And that's been the case all season. And even with these key players like Casemiro getting healthy and playing 2 CDMs in the midfield, we're still all over the shop and letting, farmers hit bangers.
I mean, the farmer hit banger part is actually pretty standard. Every time we play a lower team side, I'm not even talking about Erik ten Hag, they always pull out at least one like worldie. It's just like a kind of an expectation at this point. It's more like you said, it's like letting off, inconsistent play, selfish football. It was good to see the back line effectively be full strength. Obviously, Bayindir finally gets his chance. He doesn't look much better than Andre Onana, to be fair. He looked a little nervy in back of net, but, it's his first game as a Manchester United player at the end of January, so you have to give him a little bit of slack there. But like you said, you want it to be routine. You get those 2 early goals, decent goals, right? Goals we haven't seen enough of, Cutback City, where everyone else seems to be scoring those on us. And instead, they get the worldie. You give up an even worse goal at the beginning of the second half. I would have liked to see some subs a little earlier, but we got the result. I think Wolves going to be a big test, right? Like you said, we got to win at the beginning of the season, but they outplayed us. Unquestionably, they outplayed us at home to start the season. Now we're playing at Molineux, and they're in good form. All those things go against it. And I feel like everything right now is like, this is an interim team. The manager, he's on the way out. It's inevitable. Most of these players have to be on the way out. I mean, the youngsters are the only people I have any faith with. And then just like you said, another fucking player drama bullshit that we're going to talk about because we need to talk about because it's a big story. And I feel like it's been a lot of that, especially this year. Just too much drama, VAR, player bullshit, coach bullshit, and not enough just like, hey, we played good, scored some goals, got 3 points, got a win, and it's all the sideline storylines, which I'm kind of sick of at this point.
Look, it's pretty clear what's going on at this club. It's just It's just like a grade A shit show from top to bottom. And, it looks like it on the pitch. That's it. This team's cooked. This season's cooked. You go to league, like we're saying it. Hey, we're getting healthy. Finally getting key players back. Got to put a stamp down. Got to have a 90 minutes. Got to look organized. Got to not concede shit goals against shit sides. Got to play well away. The themes are there. They've been there all year. And to be at this place at League Two, which is like clearly the spot where you could just like, hey, play well, get in there, get out, like on to the next one, build some momentum. It is almost February. It's over. It's cooked. It's like we play anything like this against Wolves, man. Like we're waiting for that turnaround since last time we played Wolves in the opening of the season. I mean, like, again, I go back to it was a Burnley B team. That's the last time we dominated a team for 90 minutes. It's like we don't have it. And with Rashford out in Belfast, who gives a shit, right? And so that's where Manchester United is. Not a surprise when there's like a big transition at the top of the club. But at the end of the day, it's tough and it trickles down to the pitch. And we got people making way too much money for what they're putting into this club. And I just can't get over the fact that, we had to watch what we had to watch today. How could they make a League Two side game look boring? That should be like the one fun game we had this season. But, sir, if you're a real Muppet and you enjoy the Muppet Take and you're still listening and you're still watching this team.
Jesus. Shame on us.
Shout out to you, when you're showing up for the 4th round FA Cup with this group of bluffers, because, man, this season has been a wild ride. This is Rangnick 2.0, honestly, and it's just longer. So we're going to see how we finish, and let's hope it gets better. But, man, it has been a long, long season. If you like the America Red Devils, you want to support us, we don't have any sponsors on the pod. We are backed 100% by fans like yourself via Patreon. Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/America Red Devils. We do a behind-the-scenes episode every single month. Tons of benefits. Please check us out. It does help keep the lights on at the podcast, which is critical for us to keep this dream going. Also, check out our store, americadevils.store. We got merch, stickers, pins, shirts, beanies, scarves, everything that a Muppet needs to support this club. And if you're still watching, you're definitely a Muppet. Also, check out our blog, americadevils.com. for some fan-generated blog content. Sir, tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews or 5-star reviews of the America Red Devils podcast, wherever you listen. It's a great way to support the pod. Helps us get found organically by other top Muppets who enjoy bad football as much as the rest of us. And even better, we're giving away free merch. All you got to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. Send a screenshot of that review to americareddevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world. Here's a terrific 5-star review from John Juarez Garcia. Awesome show, awesome podcast. These guys put the work in to deliver the most up-to-date and accurate information about Manchester United. I enjoy how honest they are about the club and our current situation right now. Yeah, buddy. And I always look forward to listening right after a match to get their thoughts. Thanks again. Thank you, John. Thank you to everyone writing those 5-star reviews. And thank you to everyone that continues to watch this Manchester United side. Great club in history. Shit team in the current. And it's just another mess. Another year, another mess. And here we are, sir. Let's get into some game action.
All right, we're talking Newport County 2, Manchester United 4, Rodney Parade Stadium.
What a name.
And this is the magic of the FA Cup. It really is. You go to South Wales, you saw the pitch. It's actually like a rugby field. You saw the markings there. The houses in the background that had like a great view. That was awesome. The erected tiers of seats for fans. Huge deal for Newport County to host Manchester United. United wearing the whites, coming out in the 4-2-3-1. We had Bayendier getting his first start for Manchester United. Luke Shaw, Martinez, Varane, Delo, Casemiro, and Kobe Manu. You called it on the last podcast. Garnacho, Bruno, Anthony, and Højlund up top. How are you feeling about this 11?
Yeah, I was excited about this 11. I'm glad, you have to go strong. We've been so poor that like you can't let any slip up. And you know what? If we went any weaker, we probably would have lost today. So happy to see Casemiro back. Happy to see Casemiro with Manu. Obviously, Martinez Varane with Shaw. Good to see that. We know about the Rashford drama, why he wouldn't be playing. The only player I didn't want to see was Anthony. And even though he had a golden assist, I thought he was the worst player, certainly in white on the pitch today. But what did you think of this 11 when you saw it?
Look, I saw Anthony on the sheet. I laughed. I called it last pod, but this is just one of those spots where like clearly if Ahmad's healthy, he should go, because obviously you need to get him going as a backup. Like you need to get him going this season if we want to turn it around. And the manager's like, you know what? I'm gonna put out Anthony. We need some advertising for this guy, as the new owners are going to sell him this summer, and he should be gone. But other than that, I thought it was a good 11. A shame to see the Rashford drama. That kind of came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll get to that in the news. But look, you want to jump into the match?
Let's do it, buddy. United start well. We started well, faded soon after, but hey, in the 7th minute, didn't take long to get on that score sheet.
And I think there's a comment to it.
Here's Garnacho, chance for Menu, and Bruno Fernandes is there to finish it off.
In the early going, sir, we made it look like we were playing a League Two side. At least we stepped up to it. So nice cutback from Garnacho. Bruno does well, keeps the ball down, left corner, goal, 1-0. Let's rock and roll.
Great goal from Manchester United. I thought we started really well. Bruno, excellent finish, making it look easy, as we should. I mean, this is League Two. And for those who don't necessarily follow the full pyramid of English football, this is technically like League 4, because this goes EPL Championship, League 1, then League 2.
Like single
so
A,
to give you an idea,
single A
it's not
baseball.
It's like very far. And by the way, are they top of League 2? No. They're doing bad. So let's try to highlight like how far down this team is.
They're a bad team. Anyway, United, this is probably about our level at the moment, but we came out strong, scoring goals. Scoring good goals, 13th minute. Here comes another one.
Go Dallo. Menu, 2. And Kobe Menu scores his first senior goal for Manchester United.
Disappointing game in many ways, regardless of result. But hey, positives, Kobe Menu, nice finish from him. Another cutback in the box. 2 similar goals. Haven't seen enough of these. Usually when we see these goals for Manchester United, it's us conceding them. But nice goal from Kobe. The boy's a player. He finally gets to play in the 8 with Casemiro playing as 6 and had a couple opportunities in the box. So nice finish from the youngster.
No, I mean, hopefully first of many for Kobe. And, this is exactly what the FA Cup and nights like this is for. Get the youngsters out there, get them score, and build the confidence.
Absolutely right. United were a little bit rampant in those first 20 minutes. Garnacho in the 18th minute hit the crossbar with a zinger of a shot. Probably should have squared it to Bruno, but can't fault the lad for taking it on. Good chance. A little bit lower goes in.
The should have scored. The should have squared it is like Bruno was pretty tight. It was like pretty tight, and he like had a great shot. I mean, like people saying that like this is the. It's like one opportunity, he hits the crossbar. Garnacho is like a goal scorer. I mean, you want him to shoot this.
I want him shooting.
Like the idea that, and then Bruno was whinging at him real hard. I mean, there's better examples of like not squaring it, but like this one, there was like some debate about it, but it's just like I just think it's like, hey man, he's a goal scorer. He like hit the crossbar, like he had a great angle. Like you want him shooting. Like I don't.
If it goes in, no one's complaining about squaring the ball. He also hit the crossbar, so it almost went in. Some people said that you could see what he's talking about.
Hey, by the way, the attack doesn't. Hey, by the way, our attack doesn't work well together. Newsflash.
Yeah, the first 2 goals they did actually. We actually passed the ball back into the middle of the box, and there was someone there to slam it home. So can't fault the youngster for going for that one. But United, as is tradition, good 20 minutes, and then we slow down play and let Newport County back into it in the 36th minute. Here comes your worldie.
Chance from distance, and what a goal! Out of nothing for Newport, Bryn Morris has conjured up something really special.
Sir Hunter felt this one. Newport County, just edge of the box, and the guy puts in a worldie, gets a little bit of a lucky deflection, but hey, United should be closing that down. And at the same time, like I said, we've seen this whenever we play a lowly side, like someone's pulling out a world-class goal, and that was their world-class goal.
Don't let them in it. We let them in it again. You get these 2 goals. Our attacking players who don't track back, they're motivated less to track back, and then obviously this leads to more momentum. Second half, don't concede right after half. Don't concede right after half. Don't concede
Say
right
it again.
after half.
How many goals have we conceded in the 47th?
It's
like 46, 47. It's like
uncanny.
unfucking believable.
No, it is like, and this is just it. This is all you need to know about this team, right? It's like set pieces, can't defend them.
It's such a bad goal too.
Concede goals right after half when you can't concede them. Like, how's it going on halftime team talks? Usually the team that like goes into halftime makes adjustments, plays better. It's like you think we would come out at half and like kill the game. Like, hey, they got a goal, they got lucky, come out, kill the game. Nope. Let's get into it.
Let's make it a game. Let's make it a game. 47th minute, Newport County. Here we go.
Big. Lewis, good ball in. There's the equaliser. It's Will Evans, the former dairy farmer from Mid Wales.
A former dairy farmer from Mid Wales. I mean, that is some of the worst defending you'll ever see. Good finish from the lad on Newport County, but there's nobody home. Nobody's playing defending. It's like, come on. You want to start the second half strong. I don't even want to know what those team talks are like, but either way, just embarrassing.
What do you think?
Terrible goal to give up.
What do you think? You think
You
Veron's
tell me.
listening?
Tell
You
me.
think Veron's fired up?
I don't think anyone gives a shit anymore.
You think anyone
bro.
You think anyone cares what this Dutchman has to say, bro? Like, no. By the way, that's Veron there not doing nothing. Like, that was soft as hell from him. They get the second goal. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that, like, these guys are checked out. That's what this is. Like, that's the problem with Manchester United, is, like, these players are checked out. Like, that's it. It's unfortunate. Don't know who's to blame. Maybe it's all Jadon Sancho's fault. I have no idea why they don't listen to the manager. I don't understand why they're not up for it. I don't know why they don't work as a unit. I don't know. But it just, this stuff like this is giving you like a little peek into the window of what's going on, because if they don't come out after half, like ready to kill this game and pissed that they let up 1 goal, then what are we doing? You'd be better off putting me out there. You know what I mean? Like you like, that's why you got to burn it all down. That's why everyone has to go.
Yep.
Like, you have to burn it all down.
Everybody.
Like, and this is the whole point. Is like, this team, everyone who's ever touched anything, touched one of these Peppermint Patty jerseys, went to Carrington. You got to burn Carrington down. You got to get rid of all the players. You got to get rid of all the coaches, every single person, and then you just need to get new people who've never even come close to whatever this is. And it's like, that's it. That's the solution, because that's what this is. It's like these guys are checked out, dude. You think they want to play hard the rest of the season? And that's what I'm afraid of.
No, they don't.
And that's what I like. They should fight for this manager. They should have some dignity. They should finish the season strong. And it's like, I'm waiting for that engine to start, and it's just not starting. And it's like, you want a full year of this?
No.
A full year of moaning and whinging and fighting with the manager and falling out and coming back, and that's it? This is like soap opera United. That's like all we're going to get all year, is like never any good football, unless you play the Burnley B team in the EFL Cup.
It was Palace, but I get your point. And I agree, sir. It's like
Same difference.
They've already given up with the manager. They know he's gone, right? Not even beyond, like, whether or not there was a new kind of pseudo owner running the show. He might be gone anyway, but he will certainly be gone because, as they should, they want to have a fresh start. But it's the players, it's the manager, it's everybody. The whole fucking
Boils
club.
my blood.
The whole club
Boils
is a
my
fucking
blood, sir.
disaster at the moment. And you know what? Good example. 47th minute, it's like Varane, he's on $350,000 a week. He can't track back. And Rashford's not even in the squad because he was out the night before practice.
I think Veron's a good player, by the way.
I do, but he's also
I think he's a good professional.
He's had
I think
injury
he's
issues.
a good player.
We overpaid
and he's
for him.
healthy.
Now
I agree on the injuries, but like, I don't know what the hell Eric Ten Hag did to spit in his soup to get Varane off on not onside. But it's like, that's what this is. But that's the whole point of this whole season. Is it's just all that. It's all like vendetta. It's all this and that, and and that's what you're seeing. Survival 11s, not wanting to play for the manager, not looking to fight, but like it's just the soap opera. And it is what it is. And it's all gonna, like, the minute he's fired or the minute the whistle blows on the last game of the season, it's all this bullshit is just gonna flow into the press, just like that giant truck of manure fell on Biff and Back to the Future. It's gonna be the same thing. Just wait for it.
Yeah, they'll just
it's
trust
like
me.
there.
It'll be all the Dutchman's fault and none of their own fault. And I can't wait for it to happen because it's inevitable. It's coming in months. Let's finish this fucking game out. 54th minute, Bruno, nice cutback chance, saved by the keeper. He should have done better. He should have kept it low, like his first goal. And then, sir, you would have thought this Brazilian scored the winner against Argentina in the fucking World Cup. But here we go, 68th minute. I thought our worst player on the pitch today, Anthony. Here we go.
Luke Shaw. And Shaw with a really good effort with his weaker foot. And the loose ball is tucked in by Anthony. And Manchester United, to much relief on their part, back in front.
It's not my way to hit a guy while he's down, but there's a way to celebrate. Good for him. He gets a goal. He had a bunch of good chances in this game. He had a bunch of good chances in this game, and like every time he goes in that left curler, everyone knows it's coming. Could have had a couple chances where he just kept it low. And you know what? He could have missed it, so he scored. Good for Anthony, and United go ahead against the dairy farmers. Jesus Christ. But he enjoyed that one. Look at his face.
Hey, great shot from Luke Shaw.
Nice shot.
That was a great shot. I mean, we've seen Luke Shaw like hit that a bunch. That's a proper curler. Again, Anthony, like, that sounds about right. 85 million, and I think I counted like 4 separate celebrations for this goal.
That's always a good.
Pointing at the sky.
Side.
He had like a teacup one too. Like, he's really like getting into it. The frosted tips, the neck tattoos, and scoring against a League Two side, celebrating like you won something. It's just act like you've been there before. It's a mentality thing. And obviously, there's a reason why he's no good. So I think you can kind of go there. 77th, Garnacho had a nice curled effort, well saved. 82nd sub, Kumbwala for McTominay, Shaw, and Casemiro come off. Look, sub's a little late. Obviously, 89th, Maguire and Omari. Forson come on for Martinez and Anthony. 90th minute, Newport go just wide. 94th minute, we get our goal 4-0. Let's hear it.
Here we go for the Dane.
Garnacho slipped through towards Forson. And that should seal it. Rasmus Højlund gives Manchester United breathing space at last.
I give him, he certainly enjoyed his goal. Didn't celebrate quite as much as Anthony. Scrappy goal. I think he's got a good personality, good mentality, but he needs goals. He got a goal. What are you gonna do? I'm not gonna hate a guy because he got a goal.
No, I'm not hating on him at all. Look, Højlund's a fan favorite. People are cheering for him. So you kill Anthony, then you got to like also
Build
point
up
out
this
like
guy.
Højlund's like, you can't just be like, you can't kill Anthony for the celebration and Højlund celebrating like insanely intensely, scoring this goal and and it's like, for me, like a striker, it should be scoring and confident, and it's like Anthony and Højlund today, horrific touches. They both had very bad touches on the ball, and even in like a lower opposition game, like you can see, like you can recover your bad touches more, and it makes it even look worse. And it's like at a certain level, like I think these guys are just like, Højlund's got a lot of work to do. I think he's a diamond in the rough. I like him. But to say that he should be leading the line starting for United as our striker is like, I do not agree with that statement. I think he's probably a good backup, should be playing in these types of games. He's not getting service, but if he was getting service, he's not going to be like RVP finishing it, because you see his touches. They're kind of all over the shop. So again, not just trying to be like a little honest. To like, you have to, again, what's wrong with these two guys? Price tag. That's it. But you got to evaluate him on the price tag.
Here's the difference, though.
That's a little bit.
We overpaid for
that's
both
like
of
a
them?
little bit.
We overpaid for both of them. Højlund's a good player. Anthony's a shit player. Like Højlund, we overpaid for. Anthony, we like completely overpaid for. But Højlund has value.
I mean, good.
Anthony has no value. Anthony is bad. He's a bad player.
Hoyland does not have as much value.
I'm sorry I ever defended him. Hoyland should not be the starter. We should not have paid $72 million. We should have paid like $45 million, but that's shame on us. But he is a football player that is competent and of the quality to eventually be a starter for Manchester. I agree. He should not be leading the line, but that's because the club's maxed out. The credit cards are fucking maxed out. And he'd be great behind like Ivan Toney, Harry Kane. The kid's 20. He's a player. Anthony Bluffer needs to be sold. That's going to be a mess of a transfer.
Yeah, I think Hoyland, like exactly to that point, like the spot Hoyland should be in is like 70th minute coming in, like bullying the center backs, making tired run. Like that's the type of guy he is, and that's the role we need him to play at United. And again, that's not on him. 97th minute, Evans came on for Varane. Hey, here's Johnny. You love to see it. We win 4-2. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Go into the stat sheet. We gave Newport County 17 shots,
Incredible.
7 on target, 22 to United, 9 on target. We had 71% of the ball. I mean, that is really the theme, looking at the tactical teardown. It's like we played well. We scored goals. Like our attackers were involved. We created XG, 3.3 XG. The issue is we gave a League Two side 1.03 XG at home. We gave them 1.39 X threat to our 1.52. The theme here is how open and easy Manchester United are to play against because we're not organized, because the players are not doing the hard work, because they're not switched on for 90 minutes. Just to give you an idea, the Scouts Bastards, they played the Canaries in the championship. Norwich. And they only let them have 0.2 XG. They gave them nothing, right? And that's the whole theme of United, because we give everyone something.
And Norwich scored 2 goals, and they scored 2 goals from 0.2.
But that's what I'm trying to say is like we are giving and conceding consistent chances against bad teams at home, away, Europe, EPL, you name it. Everyone's getting goals against Manchester United, and that is the biggest issue for us because like we're able to score 4 today, but we need to score 4 every day because we are giving up so much. And against this type of side that is the real problem. It's always been the problem this whole season. And last season, number 1 clean sheets in the EPL, Golden Glove to my man, my boy, David.
We're not doing this again. Can we not do this again? Let's not do this again.
Let's go, my boy.
Let's not do this again.
Saudi Arabia, getting paid money hand over fist. De Gea, you're the man. Alex, still won't eat that L.
I only eat L's that I deserve to eat. I'm not eating nothing. I ain't eating nothing. Fuck off. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. The guy's been unemployed for fucking 9 months. What a player. I like fucking, all of a sudden I'm the De Gea hater. I like De Gea. I fucking like De Gea. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
You like how I got De Gea into the
I knew you're coming off the top rope, bro. Fucking fucking diving, bicycle kick to the head. To the dome.
Some fun.
To the dome.
If you don't our play this season, you'd have a bad time. Let's look at the 5th round proper. Manchester United, we're moving on. Let's go. And
great
we got
draw. Another great draw somehow.
Late February, Bristol City, Nottingham Forest. The winner we will take on, obviously, Scouse Bastards involved, Newcastle United involved, Chelsea still involved, City involved. So, FA Cup, interesting, but it's great. It's great to make a run, 5th round proper. Let's go. Sir, what does the manager have to say about this performance?
Are you ready? Here we go. Eric Ten Hag in full.
No. So, first 35 minutes, I think, was very dominant our sides. So we didn't give the opponent any chance and should have been, I would say, 3-4, 5-0 up. So then out of nothing, they score a goal. Then straight after halftime, they score a goal. And there we have to be critical. A bad defending transition, also bringing the cross in, poor defending from the cross. And then it's 2-2, so they turn it around. But a lot to do with us. But then you see how resilient we are. We stayed calm. and went back in our game. Scored the third goal. By the end, the fourth goal. So job done.
Yeah, you know what he said, sir. You know, I mean, dominant, game of
Survive,
pickles.
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
look, I feel bad.
the
for
guy's
him,
fighting for his life, bro. He's gonna get fired in a month. Like, basically, here's the deal. We skipped over the table. We're in 8th place. There's a lot of games in February. We've got 5 big games. I'm gonna break it down right now, bro.
I haven't even looked.
I'm gonna just
'cause I don't want
take
to know.
a second. Give me a second. Give me some running room. We're playing Wolves, like you said, at Molyneux on Thursday. Then we have West Ham at home. Hardest one's gonna be Villa on the road at Villa Park. That's not gonna be easy. Then Luton Town. Then Manchester United, Fulham, which we're planning on going to, and then we have the 5th round of the FA Cup. So his job, it's probably a foregone conclusion. Let's be honest. You and I have watched a lot of football, but like his only chance to save himself is these next 5 games. We've heard the same amount in the press. Ineos is going to make a decision at the end of February. Basically, you have 5 games to save your job. I don't think he's going to save his job.
Let's get into the hot seat in the news. We'll talk hot seat.
I just wanted to talk about. I just wanted to lay out those games because those games are going to be decisive for his future.
Let's talk. We'll talk Eric Ten Hag hot seat in the news. But you're right. This game turns up the heat.
This is it, baby.
But we got a next match.
Yeah, we
Let's
do.
go Wolves. Let's go.
Let's go. Hold on. What we got? Oh, I need some music in my background, sir.
All right, we're talking Wolves versus Manchester United at the Molyneux Stadium. We're going away Thursday, February 1st, 12:15 p.m. Pacific, 3:15 Eastern. Like you said, games coming thick and fast in February. Thursday night football. Everything we want to see. Games 1 versus Wolves, 55, drawn 20, lost 37. First time we played them, 1892. We beat them 10-1 in the first division of English football. I believe that was appealed because we played next to a chemical factory plant back in the day. But
Really?
the FA would not overturn it. Yes, because the noxious fumes.
Old English, baby. That's some old English football.
Newton Heath, we're from the old school, sir.
right.
That's how we roll.
right.
Last 5. We've won 4, lost 1. We did beat them at home. By the
Barely.
hair on our chin. They outplayed us easy. Wolves coming into this one last 5. Beat Brentford 4-1. Beat Everton 3-0. They drew Brentford in the FA Cup 1-1, but they did have a red card. Then they beat them in a replay 3-2. And they just drew Brighton. So they are on like a little bit of a, 3 wins, 2 draws. They're in good form. A little history, they were formed as St. Luke's FC in 1877. Club changed the name to Wolverhampton Wanderers 2 years later and became one of the founding members of the Football League in 1888. They're from the old school, sir. They played at the Molyneux since moving from Dudley Road in 1889, and obviously they wear the gold. But one of the most interesting parts about Wolves is they were part of the beginning of European football. They were one of the first British clubs to install floodlights at their home ground in 1953, and they arranged a nighttime friendly against top overseas clubs, and that actually turned into the launch of the European Cup. So Wolves, rich history. They like playing at home. United are shit away. We got Adam's scouting report. He's coming in saying Wolves manager Gary O'Neill is a pragmatist who considers tactics and formation to be flexible based on match and game state. While he says he prefers high press, high intensity football, last season's Bournemouth and this year's Wolves play conservative out of possession and very direct in possession. We got outdone on the opening day. The tactics, we couldn't make the adjustment. We were all over the shop. I think Wolves, I was surprised. You thought they'd pack it in. They came right at us, and we were very weak to that. It'll be interesting to see what Gary O'Neill cooks up. Players to watch, Pedro Neto and Cunha. We both know these players. They play as attacking midfielders or false nines. With Huang on international duty, these guys will be the prime offensive threats for Wolves, so we got to keep our head on a swivel. And they're 11th in the table, which is about where we kind of are.
About our level, about
So,
mid-table.
you want to look for a good fight, a good match on Thursday, Manchester United versus Wolves. You'll get it. And this will say, hey, are we going to be dropping down the table? We're going to be moving up the table. That's what February is going to be all about. And Adam's take, he says, off the back of an emotional Black Country derby, Wolves are due for a bit of a letdown. He says Kuna cuts through our center backs and scores. We'll also get one, so we're going to get a draw out of this. They played a 3-4-2-1. Sir, Wolves. Well, we're worried about us. Manchester United injuries finally looking good. Martial had surgery. Shaw's back. Malacia. Who's that? I heard he's back in the Dutch league. Mason Mount won't be seen anywhere near shit football. My boy ain't going to play anywhere near this team because we're that bad. Lindelof. I forgot he played for United. Maguire's back, and Amrabat and Onana, African Cup of Nations. What is your starting 11 here?
Ooh, I'm going to do Onana. He just got booted out of the African Cup of Nations, so he'll be back. Bayern Deer didn't make me think we were missing too much there. I'm going to do AWB, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Kobe, Bruno. No Rashford. Sorry, you don't get to start. I'm going to do Garnacho, Hoyland, Ahmad, but he's going to play Bluffer Anthony. But
of course,
I feel pretty close about that 11. Other than I know he'll start Anthony, but I'm hoping we get Ahmad because, dude, he's good. He's a good player. He's much better than Anthony. But I know, he's going down with the ship. The manager is like, I'm telling you, this is a farewell tour, bro. This is like Elton John. Elton John goes like one farewell tour after another. This is like the Eric Ten Hag farewell tour, and he's playing his boy $85 million fidget spinner all the way down to the end. So he will start and play like 80 minutes, even though he should be hooked at halftime.
I love how like his entire tenure at Manchester United, you're going to call him Anthony when it's Antony.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like it's like I know, but it's like
whatever.
Hey, some names are tough. That's a tough one. Onana in that AWB, Varane, Martinez, Shaw. I'm gonna say Casemiro, Kobe, Bruno. You're gonna get Garnacho, Hoyland, Antony is not gonna get dropped the rest of the season. And you know who celebrated goals? Like you know what Hoyland celebration? You know what Hoyland celebration reminded me of?
Don't do it.
In stoppage time, game's over.
Wout Weghorst
celebrates like he won the League Cup. Yeah, that was a Wout way. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only like it's like a normal thing to comment on. It's like Wout Weghorst celebrating.
I thought Anthony's was so much worse. I know Hoyland got a little excited, but I thought Anthony's was so much because, like you said, the multitude of celebration types in layered into one.
It's like you can't show people you're that thirsty. You know, you got to act like you've been there before.
I know.
That's the point.
Well, Anthony has not been there before.
Like RVP scores and it's like a shrug.
Ice,
you know,
know,
it's like
ice,
I score all day, bro. Like
know, bro.
I'm not that.
He scored a hattie
for goals.
He
like,
scored a hattie
like
against
I score.
Villa.
It's like, oh my god! Like it's like, no, dude, I score all the time. I score in my sleep. Like ain't no thing. Like this United team,
mentality.
Team of individuals is what it is, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's
Soft
like
serve,
a team
bro.
of individuals, bro. Booking the bookies. What we got for odds here?
Wolves are the slight underdogs, plus 170. Yeah, slight.
This is bad.
I'd bet that. Plus 260 for the draw. Plus 145 for United on the road. Given the score prediction, sir, what? Given the odds, what is your score prediction, my man?
Dude. Sir, we're gonna get cooked. We're absolutely gonna get served up in the Molyneux, sizzling, sir. You know, extra crispy. We're gonna get cooked extra crispy here. This is gonna be 3-1. We'll get one if we're lucky, bro.
Took mine. I was gonna say 3-1. I'll take your 3-1 and I'll up it to 4-1. Trust me. This is the beginning of the farewell tour, the Bald Dutchman's last stand. And yeah, Wolves are going to be tough at Molyneux, sir. But let's get into some cheery news.
Okay. United in the news.
Any drama recently?
But no, let's start with the hot seat because we're just coming off the back of that discussion. I think it's this game it's kind of we've been like up and down, kind of meh, like all over the board.
Down
what are we doing? This game showed me it's like this team ain't playing for this manager.
No,
that's it. This showed me.
No,
it's like Rashford effing off. Like you
going
saw
to
it
the
out
club,
there,
bro. Going to the club.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like there's something about this team and this collection of players that is so toxic. If you saw it behind the scenes, like it's just gotta be such a mess. There's like factions of players, everyone's an individual, there's no team. It's probably like and obviously Ten Hag, like is probably just like adds kerosene to the fire, just because he's probably just so pragmatic and no emotion. You know what I'm saying. And then the players are kind of just probably just like all about themselves, and and you can just see it. It's like this is just a team that is like it looks to me. It's like, hey, exactly what it was like with Rangnick.
Yep.
The players like just want to get to the end of the year, and like Varane ain't gonna play for United again.
Nope.
He's looking forward to the vacation and never coming to this club. And there's a lot of players like that on this team. And when you have Rashford just like not even caring, like they're like, imagine if you told us like, hey, after last season, you're going to come into this season. The team's like, I thought the FA Cup, losing the FA Cup and then gifting City the treble would have to be like the thing that we needed to like find a new gear, to be like, as United players, we played horrible in that final, and we gave them the thing that this club cherishes. And I thought that would be like great fuel for us to come out like guns blazing this year. And to see how this season has gone shows me that no one cares and wants to be at this club. And that's why you need to burn it all down and it's over, right? And so like this game is kind of really, to me, the we don't even care. Like the players don't care, and they're out, and it's just a big mess. And Ratcliffe's got to clean it all up.
That's right, sir. I think well said. It's like Rangnick, he called it out. Like ex-players Matic talked about it. Matic talked about how unprofessional Manchester United was, and we used to be the most professional club. And if you're not professional, you ain't winning shit. You think Klopp doesn't run a tight ship? Same with Pep. It's like here. The players know the managers on the way out. They don't give a fuck. They've thrown many coaches under the bus. They'll throw this bald guy under the bus. And Sancho, Marcus, player after player who just can't give a shit. And like you said, we got to basically like tear it down to the root and stem, get rid of just about everybody except for like a handful of youngsters. And that's it. And, it pains me. This story pains me, sir. He was one of my boys. He ain't my boy no more. And the indicator was this. United,
it's when you bought the Rashford jersey.
That was 3 years ago, bro. He scored 30 goals last year.
It was last year.
It was not last year.
You bought the
fake
Rashford
news.
jersey.
It was the blue one. It was the blue Chevy kit. Yes, it was. I'm telling you what it was. Last year, I bought a Rooney kit. Last year, I bought a Rooney kit.
Taking this out.
Year before, I bought a Cavani kit.
And then it was Rashford kit that popped up all of a sudden.
It was like it was.
If you let me go through your closet,
come on over.
Yeah, I'm coming
on over.
Show the fans.
I don't even know if I probably burned that kit.
There's the bought the kit and Rashford's
You know how I knew it was over? I know that Marcus Rashford went past his sell-by date? You know how I knew that the milk's gone bad? Because when United played fucking Scousers at Anfield, and we were fighting for our life for a draw, he came in the 80th minute, bro, and didn't even try. He was like, hold on. He did that.
Let's talk about the club.
He did that. And then, sir, he signed the big money contract. And then, can I do the YouTube video, or you want me to go right into the news?
No. You got to do the YouTube.
Okay,
we got to do the audio. The audio. Let's go. This is the Rashford audio.
Here.
Chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this sin, not join them! Bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness!
The chosen one. He was supposed to be the chosen one. He's supposed to save us from the bluffers. And guess what? Gave Marcus Rashford $1 million a month, maybe more. Was he on $350 a week? Number one bluffer joins the club. Sancho, he's out. Okay, who's the next biggest bluffer? Marcus Rashford. Here's the story. Wednesday, he was pictured coming out of a nightclub in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Then Thursday, they're like, oh, well, he wasn't. Practiced on Friday. He's ill. Turns out he was actually out Wednesday and Thursday. And to put it into context, the fucking players have had a week off. So not only did they have a week off, he had a week off.
he was going to visit his boy from the United Academy, right? And he visited him. I think he's playing like some team, like some no-name team up there. Rashford visited the team, hung out with his boy, and then like he was ill and not in training, right? But then it actually turns out he was at the club. So this kind of story is developed, but basically like he went out to the club and like effed off at training, which is like it's a big deal. But like to be fair, like Fergie dealt with this, but it wasn't like 2024 where people have cell phone videos of you in the club. He went to the club after we got beat against Manchester City, and I feel like people kind of push back like, oh, that's not a big deal. It's like, dude, like, come on. It's like, yeah, that's a red flag. It's like totally a red flag. It's like you're not all in. He hasn't been all season, and you know what? Sancho's his boy, and it's like I think it comes down to Sancho's his boy, and he doesn't like the manager. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, that makes him a bluffer. I agree, but I'd like to hear more about like this is a example of like what's happened as a whole. And the only thing I'm mad at Marcus Rashford about is the outfit he's wearing at the club. The fact he's doing his like hand signal celebration in the club. Like those are the real offensive things to me. It's just like he went to go visit the team. He's like pictured in like Louis Vuitton with like, it's just like it's a bad look.
He's a
Rashford's
meme now, bro. He's a meme. It's like he's
got to be more
done.
humble.
It's over,
it's
bro.
like, it's like I just feel like head's not in the game. He flipped off the United fans.
That was the one.
Prior.
That was the one where he gave the chatty symbol to the United fans at home, bro. It's like, all right, who do you think you are, bro? You think you're Wayne Rooney?
No, but these guys he's so disconnected from everything. That's really what it is. He's disconnected, and he became famous way too young. It's not an excuse, but he's on the wrong path right now, and I think. The fact he's doing it at this time when we have a new owner coming in and like he basically is like flaunting authority and doesn't care about the team, like this is the time when he should be a leader. Ultimately, like he should be the captain of Manchester United one day. He should be breaking Wayne Rooney's record. He should be up there with Sir Bobby on the goal scoring list. And this behavior won't get you there. And this behavior is telling us he ain't going to go there. And we're kind of screwed with that deal that we signed, unfortunately. But that outfit was
we could sell him. And here's the thing. You're not going to be able to, like, I don't think you'll be able to foist Jadon Sancho's wages. You'll be able to foist Marcus Rashford because PSG are going to lose Mbappe. He's going to go to Real Madrid. He has the status. He has the stature. But you know what the indicating sign was? There was a reason that Ralph Rangnick started Anthony Elanga over Rashford basically in every game once Rangnick took over. And it's because, dude, open heart surgery. I'm not trying to pile.
Mourinho clowned him.
Yeah, dude. It's like he's got an attitude problem. He's got an attitude problem.
Yeah,
and it's not just him. This culture has festered at Manchester United. The players run everything. They know the manager's going to get fired, so they don't give a shit. You can't fire Marcus Rashford. No one's going to pay out his contract. So he's at the top of the sell list because I think there is resale value because of his marketability, and he'll do well in France. But this breaks my heart, bro.
We'll see. Let's see how
he should be sold. He should be sold.
But like, all the fans are getting like a little like huffy about
this.
Excuse
factory him. Come on.
No way. I know what contract we have on his head, and I know that he's good for England, and I know he's a good player. And like, if like, I'll let you know that the only First of all, I gotta get to the club attire.
Let's go.
If Mason
I haven't seen this outfit.
By the way, if Mason Mount's in the club, he's looking fresh, bro. Like okay.
Why is this a Mason Mount?
So I'm taking it.
They were like at a charity event, by the way. The other players were like at a charity event with that dart guy.
No, but I have a whole nother angle because like it really comes down to like, bro, Belfast, like you could do better than that.
I know.
Like,
don't say it. I know.
United players need to club.
How dare you? How dare you?
Hey, Wayne Rooney's a dog, bro. Like he's got to get out.
He showed up to practice. The difference is he would go.
Be at Belfast, but the whole idea is like Wayne Rooney showing up and scoring 2 when he's hungover.
Yes, that's the difference. He would show up to practice hungover.
Like go out and like Dennis in Vegas. But if you're gonna go to the club, I need to see like Mason Mount type attire, like looking fresh. I need to see like a lot of other like a lot. I want to make sure that my players are like feeling that this looked sad. It looked kind of like he's down. he got back together with the girlfriend, like that bad sign, like then this, and then like he's not playing well. It looks to me he's not doing well. Like this looks like I'm worried about Marcus. And you know what? If he's not
Give him a lot of
doing
benefit
well,
of the doubt, man.
he needs to get help. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just like a totally like
I don't think he's a bad guy.
He's disconnected from reality, and he needs to arm around the shoulder, and like he's totally. He thinks he's better than he is, basically. Like he was in the interview with Ten Hag as the manager. He thinks he like runs the show. He's like his head's way too inflated, and it's all gone to his head, and he's like misguided. That's like, but it's because he's been like this since he was young. That's all. He should be judged with the book, but like, I think he could turn it around. Like I think Marcus Rashford will play well for England and whoever he does again. That's what I'm saying.
He's a player. I mean, if he's motivated, but like we give him too much power. I agree. I think what you see sometimes with individuals from every walk of life, once they hit like a certain level of success, they sometimes insulate themselves only with people that will tell them what they want to hear. Instead
exactly.
of being like, hey, bro,
exactly.
maybe you should not do that. Or like, if you're going to get fucked up, like you got to show up to practice and at least like go through the motions, uke on the field. But like, you can't be like, I'm fucking ill. Like, it's going to come out, man. It's going to come out. There's social media. Everybody sees everything.
No, but he's not.
Get fucked up at
home.
Not.
He doesn't care. Is my point.
Of course, he doesn't care because he knows.
But he's
they're going to fire the manager
youth.
and not fire. He's not young anymore. He's like 26. It's like,
what was I doing when I was 26?
Nothing good, but like
yeah,
fucking
exactly,
hell.
Bro. Like
fucking hell. You were making $350 a week.
It looks really bad, but I know okay, if Wout Weghorst is at the club, I don't care. Marcus Rashford can score 30 for Manchester United. If everything, like, I'm not saying it's not his fault, but I'm just saying if he turns it around, he could hit 20 a season for Manchester United. And when he's at his low, he's probably at a low point. He's probably So I'm here to back my boy David De Gea, and I'm here to when people are giving Rashford heat.
Excuse factory.
I want to say, look, don't give up on Marcus Rashford. Rashford, call me. Come on the pod. Exclusive interview. Let's go.
Mr.
All right,
I'm gonna hold you this, Mr. I want to burn the whole fucking thing down. You want to keep him in the summer? Is that what I'm hearing? If someone offered you $70 million for Marcus Rashford, you would say no.
I'd sell him, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I get him playing well again.
Yeah. How's that gonna happen? You should pick the manager. Maybe he should pick the manager.
Yeah, look, I agree. Marcus Rashford's like family of Manchester United, and I hate to see him turn into villain. I hate to see him turn into villain, dude. It's like I don't like to see this.
This is not Jadon
and
Sancho.
I feel like the Sancho friendship is like he's not like that. He's not about that. He just got into run with the wrong crew. The Lingards and Sanchos take you down a dark hole. And it's like he should have been hanging out with the Ronaldos, the crazies, and it's like, and he's not. And it's sad to see once again another promising youth at Manchester United go down the wrong path, and that's it. So like whatever happens to him, he's gonna be fine. But I'm just saying, like, it's sad to see this happen. Like United destroying its own youth, United destroying its signings, United destroying itself.
Not all on United,
all horrible.
Some of these players got to take a little culpability, and I'm not even trying to pile on Rashford no more. But like this whole United ruined Pogba, United ruined Sancho.
No, he should be a leader. He should be
players step up. Step up.
He should be a leader, dude. And it's like it's sad. It's killing me. You want to talk about the Ineos deal here, real quick?
I mean, just a quick update. Basically, long story short, is that Glazers realized we're going to give the Ineos even more control. I mean, this might have already been something that was agreed beforehand. That's just kind of coming out, but effectively, they're Ratcliffe and Co. is going to be in charge of everything outside of fundraising and debt and acquisition, which would be something that would take the whole board, including all the Glazers, to kind of agree on. But this makes sense. They should be broadening their control because they have at least some semblance of what they're doing, and the Glazers had no idea what they're doing. So I take this as some sort of positive, but it could be a bit of a nothing burger as well. But
no, this is a positive because you know what this deal is doing. It's basically showing the Glazers are like, oh shit, these guys really care about this football club. They're working really hard on it, even though we own most of it. So yeah, it's a fucking great deal.
Yeah,
these guys irrationally care about this asset. We just want to make money, but everything they're doing, they're kind of smart. So hey, you guys should do more of that, so I can just sit in South Florida and do nothing.
Yep.
And you know what? That's a good deal for us, and that's a good deal for the Glazers. I'm saying it's like the Glazers realizing they found the right partner in business to basically take a step back, don't be seen, and let Ratcliffe run the show. Because guess what? Holy shit, these guys are sharp. That's a good sign. And this is a good sign for the relationship between the Glazers and Ineos going forward, which is what we want to see as fans. We don't want to see the Glazers being like, oh, no, you don't,
Right.
and then putting their hands back in.
Right.
No, they're actually saying, you guys doing a great job. Keep doing it. And that's what we want to see.
100%, sir. Well said. Well said. Maybe the Glazers aren't as dumb as we had hoped.
Jurgen Klopp, his retirement.
Hold on, last thing before we go to Jurgen. We're hearing, it could be bullshit because the Muppeteers are wrong often, but they're saying that the deal might be confirmed as of the next couple of weeks. So early February, it's possible that the league will bless the deal. Obviously, we have been thinking about a much later time frame around April, but hey, the sooner this is done officially, the better, because we got big moves to make. We got to find a new manager. We got find 10 new players. We got a lot of players to sell. And either way, it's going to be a busy 2024 for Manchester United and everyone involved. On the last bit, before we go, as we're not making any we're not making any January signings, no loan deals. Martial, he's out for 10 weeks with another hip surgery. So there you go.
But if you listen to the pod, you knew that because I said they're doing no deals.
Yeah, which makes sense. We're in wartime, bro.
It's not news if you listen to what we say.
Well, they're just confirming it, my man.
I'm because I'll tell you. But Jurgen Klopp retired because he's tired. How do we feel about that?
Hey, I hate the Scousers. And because of my hate for the Scousers and basically any of our rivals, I love this club too much. He's associated with it. He's their manager. But at the end of the day, he's an elite manager. He's a great manager. He's the type of manager Manchester United should have signed in 2014 when he went to Liverpool around that time. And, this is really going to grind some gears, but it's true. And I thought about it over the last 2 days. It's like he should be like an elite all-time manager in the league. But the only reason he got 97 points and didn't win because he was playing against a bunch of cheaters. So it's like if City weren't able to cheat for the last decade, he would have cemented himself even higher. They'd be on 22 titles probably by now, maybe even more. And yeah, he's hell of a player, but actually hell of a manager. But being a manager in this day and age, and this is a hard analogy, is it's like running a 3-star Michelin restaurant. It's you have to be so fucking devoted to it. All you do is fucking day in, day out that's your life. And that's how you get to the very, very elite. But you burn out, bro, because that life is exhausting. There was a really interesting quote about Arsene Wenger talking about how he had no time for his family, and he kind of regrets how much he sacrificed in order to be a top manager. That's actually worth a listen. But it'll be bad for the league. He's an elite manager. It'll be good. They won't do as well, but I don't know. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Mr. Marcus Rashford's a great guy.
I don't know if Marcus Rashford's a great guy, but it looks like he needs to call Roy Keane and get someone to set him straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anytime you see someone who's got it but they're misguided, it's tough. You want to be hey man, call somebody that
call
can
Waza.
help you. Maybe these kids you're hanging out with aren't best for you. You're actually should be working on feeding the kids and scoring more goals to break these great records and be a legend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just see him going the wrong path. That's all. When it comes to Jurgen Klopp, let's go. This is huge. This is huge news. United fans, this is it. We play 3D chess here at the podcast. We read the tea leaves, conspiracies, X-Files, the whole 9. I said it on the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, check it out. 3 days before this went down, I said Jurgen Klopp is not going to get backed by Liverpool. He's going to get frustrated. He's going to leave. City are about to be thrown the book with the charges. Pep's going to leave. It's all turning around. Everything goes in waves. Everything goes in cycles.
Yep.
Liverpool without Jurgen Klopp is nothing.
Cooked.
They are absolutely nothing. FSG, Fenway Sports Group, did not back him. He's leaving because of that. Because he's tired of having to re-dig out these nobodies and crank up. It's just the amount of work he has to do because he has it so hard there. He's leaving because of that. He'll be back. He's going to do the exact same thing Pep did. Pep took a year off, went to New York City, and then he's going to coach Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich or something at the top of the top. He's going to recharge for 2 years. He'll come back and he will literally be in a position that is much better than Liverpool, because Liverpool, They will always regret it. He's lying when he says it. He was not backed to the extent that he should. He is probably pound for pound, I think, the best manager over the last decade in the EPL. Pep Guardiola just had every
No,
Ferrari.
he's a cheater. Yeah, he's a cheater.
And he really got this team like punching above their weight class. So, but this is huge. This is the changing of the tide. Like Liverpool are going to go. They had this brief spell. They didn't win 20. They only won 1 European Cup. They should have won so much more. And they didn't. And like this is just great because, man, they've been having a ball, and it's going to get dark and ugly back over there. Andy Carroll's going to come back as a striker.
Stevie G.
They're going to try to bring in Alonso. They'll turn on him in like 6 months. It's like Klopp is such a good manager that they're going to be knocked down like such a peg that this could be hard for them to recover, I think.
No, I think you're 100% spot on, and I agree with you. It's like I think Pep's cheating because this team cheated. They did to accelerate their timeline. They backed Klopp, and then he won a bunch, and then they stopped backing him. They gave him Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, and then as soon as they started winning shit, they pulled back the cash. We've seen that before. And then City they were artificial winners, so he really should have won more, but it is good for the league for Manchester United. And like you said, that's a matter of time. He's going. Arsenal, if they stick with Arteta, that's better for us. And you know what? Changing of the guard, but he's going to go somewhere even better, sir. Like you said, he's going to go to one of the elite clubs because he's an elite manager. It pains me to say that because I wish we have had an elite manager like him, but there you go. I'll miss his teeth.
The one point about this manager thing is like Barca's going to be looking for a new manager, Liverpool's looking for a new manager, and I believe that Manchester United are currently looking for a new manager. Competition's getting fierce for that one. You have to be thinking that Xabi Alonso is going to go to Liverpool, which again, I don't want him to coach United, so not a big deal. Barcelona is a little more concerning because you're looking at Tuchel, you're looking at probably De Zerbi as the two top candidates. Obviously, nobody wants Graham Potter. I think that's easy to say. So if you're looking at there are two candidates out there, there's two big clubs, and Tuchel's still at Bayern Munich. So it ain't shabby either. So there's kind of not a lot of great managers. I think we're going to be in the market based on how everything's going. So there's one thing to follow as far as like the manager carousel now, a bunch of big clubs looking for them. Let's jump into fan questions here at Country Esquire. As Alex would say, a win's a win. We advance, and that's all we can hope for. But as John would say, sir, these guys are plumbers and farmers, and we should have beat them 5-0.
That's true. Our fans are the shit.
I can't say I disagree with either of you, And John would also comment on the bad Louis Vuitton outfit that Marcus Rashford wore to the club.
Did he? He did tweet that. He did not tweet that.
No, I'm just commenting on it. If you're gonna be in the club, Mason Mount. I'm. If you're looking at who's gonna, I'm Mason Mount looking fresh.
Who would look fresh? Your boy De Gea. I bet De Gea, donut in hand, he'd be looking good. He always looked good, dude.
He's like probably Chris White T guy.
I liked De Gea because he liked death metal, which is so funny. Because you'd look at De Gea, you'd be like,
don't come back on the De Gea train. You're the top De Gea hater. Like, don't even think about coming back on the De Gea train.
I'm a lover, not a hater.
No.
Keep the hot train. Hey, both those things are true. A win is a win, and we fucking suck. So we should have beat them 5-0.
In the mail, just so I can wear it to your house when we watch United, just to get you more rattled. Let's go. All right, at that Greek dad, if they would have lost to Newport, would Erik ten Hag have been fired tonight or in the morning? You think he would have been fired if he lost this game?
I think they're going to wait until it's ratified by the PL. He's going to get fired. Don't worry. Just be patient. It's like I know everyone's chomping at the bit. He's going to get sacked.
No, there's no point in. I think they're I think right now they're fully in the market looking for a new coach, and they'll give him the rest of the year because there's just no point.
It's also good to see if because a player should play, a professional footballer should play for whatever managers they have. Even if the manager's the biggest bum in the world, you're playing for Graham Potter, you should still work hard. So actually, it's better to keep your manager who's going to get fired at the end of the season and just see who's willing to work hard regardless. I think that's a good litmus
Unless
test.
you're going to get relegated, right? Unless you're getting relegated.
We're not going to get relegated. We're not going to get relegated.
We're not. I'm just saying.
No, but you're right. That's a good point. If we're going to get relegated, yes, so you need to get someone in. But it's actually
you need to turn it around.
Yes. Well, we're like floundering and it don't matter. It's actually good to keep in some manager who's like lame duck. He's a lame duck manager because then you could be like, well, if you can't run for him, are you going to run for the new guy? Or are you going to run for the new guy for a little bit and then turn on him? So it might serve two purposes. Anyway.
At Johnny McGill 1, is it possible Rashford wants out and is forcing the issue?
I mean, anything's possible. I just think he's like I think he has.
I think he wants
lacks
Ten Hag
mentality.
out.
I think probably that's probably more likely.
I think he wants Ten Hag out.
I don't think he would be given the same latitude at other clubs. Barcelona.
No, I think Sancho's his boy, and I think the fallout, he doesn't like Ten Hag. It's like that's why this season has been walking. He doesn't care. I think it's a. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but I think that is a manager-player problem. At Grifter10, quote, the announcers talked about it all game. This team has no leadership. I love Bruno, but he's not a leader and is a terrible choice for captain. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I don't know. We talked about this a lot. I think it's a poison chalice being the captain of this club. Shaw, maybe he could be a fit. Rashford
No, I'm just saying. Do you like? You love Bruno? You're Bruno stan. Like he's captain. I said he's a great player. Probably not a great captain. And I agree with that.
I don't know who else
he
starts
shouts
every
and
game.
moans too much on the pitch.
Who starts every game though? You need a player who's available every game. He's the only
Scott
player.
McTominay. Scott
McTominay should not be starting every game though.
David De Gea should have been the captain.
David De Gea, no, he shouldn't have been because he was too soft spoken to be.
All right, at Bry Guy 666.
Sure, just say. Why did I just say yes? Yes,
like
he should have been captain. They should have given him a raise from his $20 million a year contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Eat that out.
All right, at Bry Guy 666. The marathon continues, sir. A win's a win, but man, this team looks cooked. This team looks cooked. Even with Anthony getting an assist and a goal, I still would have preferred to see Ahmad.
Same.
What's the beef with not starting Ahmad? Like I said, a win's a win, but match felt embarrassing. It is true, right? It's like I feel like I think it's more everyone's just fed up with this team playing like this, just playing bad. It's just like it hasn't been good enough, and
we're sick of the drama, dude. We're sick of all this shit every fucking year and a half. It's another manager, another player's giving up on him, lack of heart. I think the shit football definitely frustrates fans, but I think it's just like the continuation of this fucking shit show. Like Twilight Zone, bro. It's the same movie over and over again. I think United fans are just fed up with that. I'm fed up with that. Like, yeah, I'm fed up with a shit football and a whinging manager, but I'm also just fed up with like the players thinking they're like God's gift when they're not.
Yeah,
that
but
good.
it's funny. It's just like, but you look at like what happened with Klopp is like there's a certain way the players are with Klopp, and then like it's gonna leave. He's gonna leave the building. Like Sir Alex was a certain way, and he left the building, and then like it kind of grew over time, and like now it's just horrible. And it's like you need to get some figure in there that can like handle this fucking like get Rashford fucking onside, get Sancho like you know what I'm saying, like it's impossible with these kids now, I guess, but you need someone who can get them like wanting to run through walls for you. You know what I'm saying? If
what if they don't want to run through walls? Like look at Arteta.
Then you get rid of him, right?
He was allowed to fire all those guys.
But you can't just like it's not like with this team. It's like nobody wants to run through walls. Like you got to be able to find 11, right? You know what I'm saying? Like there is a little bit of like Ten Hag can't find like anyone to run through walls for him,
Not
and
anymore.
like that. But that's part of it. Like that's what I'm trying to say is like like you need some. It's like that's why you can't do it without that crazy manager that gets everybody like cooking. And Klopp is that. Pep is that. Even if City spent all the money and they didn't have that type of crazy manager, you wouldn't be able to do it. You need both, and that's kind of where United needs somebody who can really like get this team fighting for every inch on that pitch. And we're gonna be just Liverpool had 30 years until they found someone.
You need that. I agree. You need that, but you also
need the front office.
You need
all that.
No hold bars attitude in terms of if you're not on board, you're fucking out of here. And we haven't done that.
I totally agree. I absolutely
you need both.
agree.
I think you need both because even Pep was able to move out guys who weren't his model. Same with fucking Klopp. You have to be
Calvin
ruthless.
Phillips didn't play
exactly
for 2 years.
he didn't play like no
just
games.
because he doesn't like that dumb haircut. It's like last one here on a positive at D_Cole18. I think it's time we take a patient long-term view of the club now that we have a proper people coming in to run us. We won't be fixed in a year's time, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And the most important thing for us now is to offload players, fix our wage bill, and that takes time. That is what we should be doing.
Very well said.
We should be remembering the legends like De Gea, of this club.
keep going, bro.
And, look, that's it. That's the podcast, sir. You like the American Red
Funny.
Devils.
Funny guy.
We're for fans, by fans. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/American Red Devils. Check out our store, americandevils.store. Sir, give us our top downloads last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? Dublin, Ireland, Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, Brooklyn, New York, New York, Melbourne, Australia, Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, PA, and last but not least, Atlanta, Georgia. Appreciate all the American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. Always appreciate every one of you listening in. Big game on Thursday. Wolves, Molyneux, John's.
Darkest before the dawn. We keep saying it. We keep saying it's never dark enough.
It's 5 years. 5 years.
It's never dark enough, sir. It's never dark enough. It's like I've realized it's like Manchester United has almost been shit for as long as they were good when I've been a fan. That's like 20 years. They've been 10 years. They've been brutal. Oh man. Well, look, sir. This week we're gonna do a podcast midweek. I'm most likely gonna do it with your brother because you're not gonna be available.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were 520 pods in. I don't know if I missed a pod or if you missed a pod, but another surgery for my son, so I will be unavailable. I will be keeping the red flag flying high while I can. But John, you carry the load. I know it's not your natural premonition, but run the Excuse Factory in my stead. I'm sure the Excuse Factory.
I will.
The Excuse Factory will be in deep need. I have no doubt that the boys will disappoint us, and we'll have a million things to make up in order to justify the performance.
It could be a spectacular win.
No, it won't. I fucking guarantee you it won't. But if it is, slate them.
When everyone's kind of down on you, sometimes they pull it out. You never know. But sir, the ARD fam are going to be with you and your family as you go through this, and can't wait to see you on the other side, and hope United can deliver a victory in the meantime. And if they don't, I will be manning the Excuse Factory. Although I think I'm going to be firing all the little excuse elves that are working those machines so hard because they need a break.
They're still working, bro. Even with me out, they're going to be working. Don't worry.
Those excuse elves in that factory need a break. They've been cranking all season. But sir, what song do we got to leave us out?
Sir, hey, it's still 20. It might be 20 for a minute, but we'll get to 21 eventually. 20 times Manchester United. We love you guys. We appreciate all you. And on to the next one. Thank you all.